Imagine waking up every day carrying the weight of a name that isn't just yours. A legacy so bright, it blinds people to who you've become. She spent decades smiling through the spotlight, but now, in a voice cracked with quiet exhaustion, she says the words no one expected. I want it to end. Not her life, not her work, just the endless echo of yesterday. Born in the glow of California sunshine, she entered a world already humming with fame. Her father, a voice that defined a generation of rock and roll. Her mother, a face on screens big and small. Grandparents whose living room sitcom shaped how America saw family. From the cradle, cameras clicked. Music played. Expectations settled on her tiny shoulders like dust that never quite brushes off. But she wasn't just a name. She was a girl with wide eyes and quick laughter, slipping into her first movie role before she could spell her last name twice. A family comedy where she held her own beside legends, her smile stealing scenes without trying. Even then, something sparkled timing sharp as a snapped finger, presence warm as afternoon light. She chased craft, not applause. College in the crisp air of upstate New York. Classes between auditions. Discipline over destiny. Then came The Break, a quirky teen show where she played the cool girl with the perfect haircut and sharper wit. Critics noticed. Audiences leaned in. Soon after, she donned a habit, not for laughs, but for heart-solving crimes with a priest, blending faith and fire in a role that made living rooms root for her every week. Guest spots followed. Sitcoms, soaps, tear-jerkers on cable. She danced between funny and fragile like it was breathing. Mystery movies where she played mothers fighting for their kids. Wives unraveling secrets. Women who bent but never broke. Each part a brushstroke on a canvas the world kept, trying to paint with someone else's colors. Then the sky cracked open. Her father, gone in a flash of fire and smoke. 25 years old, standing at a grave, learning grief doesn't care about fame. 2 years later, her own body betrayed her. Cancer, stage 2. Needles, hair loss. Nights wondering if morning would come. But she walked through the fire, not around it. Came out the other side speaking softly, fiercely, about scans and second chances. A survivor long before the word trended. Life kept swinging. Another diagnosis years later. Breast cancer this time. Same fight. Same quiet roar. She turned pain into purpose, showing up at hospitals, on morning shows, in strangers' inboxes, proof that strength doesn't shout. It just keeps showing up. If this story touches your heart, please share it. Someone needs to hear they're not alone. She fell in love along the way. Another actor. Kind eyes, steady hands. They met on sets, bonded over late nights and bad craft service. Married in a hush of lace and promises. Welcomed a daughter with her mother's smile and her father's spark. For a decade, they built a life between location shoots and lullabies. But distance grew louder than love. Schedules pulled. Dreams diverged. In the end, they chose peace over pretense. Parted as parents, not enemies. Grace where gossip usually feasts. Through it all, the questions never stopped. Asterisk. What was it like growing up with him? Asterisk, asterisk. Do you sing like your dad? Asterisk, asterisk. Are you still the girl from that nun show? Asterisk, every interview a rewind. Every headline a mirror reflecting 1987. She'd smile. Answer. Move on. But inside, something tightened. A slow ache. The realization that pride and prison can share the same address. She tried new stages. Broadway lights. A leather jacket and a switchblade attitude in a musical that made teenagers scream. Australian plains where she rode horses and heartbreak under wide skies. Movies that chilled spines and warmed hearts. Music, to her voice soft as smoke, carrying the same bloodline melody without mimicry. Still, the shadow followed. One night, after another round of Remember When, she looked in the mirror and didn't recognize the reflection, not because it had changed, but because it hadn't been allowed to. That's when the words formed. Simple, heavy, true. I want it to end. Not the work, not the love or where she came from, just the tether. The endless loop of being the daughter, the survivor, the girl from yesterday's credits. She's proud of the name, grateful for the path, but she's tired of walking backward. I've lived so many lives, she said, voice steady, eyes clear. The child star, the cancer warrior, the legacy keeper. Now I want the next one, the one where I'm just me. It's not rejection, it's release. Like setting down a suitcase you didn't pack, but carried for 40 years. She still honors the music, still cherishes the memories. But honoring the past doesn't mean renting a room in it forever. Endings scare people, especially in a town that trades in nostalgia like currency. But she's not afraid. She's faced worse than letting go. She knows closure isn't loss. It's oxygen. One day, she wants to wake up and create without footnotes. Write a song no one compares. Take a role no one ties to 1963. Laugh without someone asking about a plane crash. Live forward, not in flashback. And when that day comes, she'll smile, not the practiced one from red carpets, but the quiet kind that starts in the eyes. Because freedom feels like sunrise after a long, long night. If this story moved you, hit that like button. Subscribe for more stories of quiet courage. And share it, because someone out there is carrying a name, a scar, a yesterday they're ready to set down. Let them know they're not alone.